Doom and gloom, doom and gloom, doom and gloom. That's all we hear about. People talk constantly about problems with the environment, problems with oil, problems with all kinds of different things. But I am one of the luckiest people you know, because I get to spend my time with people who are filled with hope and enthusiasm, people with solutions. As the Western Region Mentor Chair for the Clean Tech Open, I work with different companies all the time who are starting out as technologists with ideas and need to learn how to present their ideas as a business model to investors. Now, not all projects are appealing to venture capitalists and angel investors, so I'll tell you about 3 different stories. 2 years ago, we had Michael Burrs with NZinc. His product is a zinc air battery. Never heard of a zinc air battery before. But when Michael was doing his pitch for the mock judging, one of the things he talked about was combat. One of the reasons that a lot of our veterans come back so horribly wounded is that they all carry around a battery that's 40 to 60 pounds and is pretty much a bomb strapped onto them. If the battery is hit by a bullet, it blows up. A zinc air battery, as Michael explained, is flexible, could be any shape, could go in the sleeve of a uniform and not impede movement in someone's arm. When I asked him what happens if a bullet hits that, he said, well, the soldier will be wounded and the battery won't work as well. Who wouldn't want to help someone with something like that? It's not attractive to investors, but it could be attractive to us. Last year we had ICE 911. Dr. Leslie Field has a way to slow down the melting of the ice in the polar cap and possibly reverse it. She's looking for support for that. For Michael, it's probably grants. For Dr. Field, it's probably crowdfunding. Now this year we had a fellow who started his pitch with, my story begins when my Land Rover broke down in the Kalahari and I had to live with the Bushmen for a while. Not many of us are ever going to say something like that. It gets your attention. What he learned from the Bushmen is that in an area where it's dry, it's one of the driest places on earth, there's never a shortage of water for the people who live there. They're able to barter and to figure out, over thousands of years they've been doing this, exactly who needs water at any given time. And they do it all very fairly. He has figured out a way to apply the same kinds of rules in what we consider a more civilized world where we don't know how to share. So you have 3 completely different companies, and there are so many more who are doing so many different things. Crowdfunding is one of the ways that a lot of these things will happen. Some of you haven't heard of crowdfunding. Others say crowdfunding. Crowdfunding funds video games and music and stuff. It doesn't do anything serious. If you get online and you Google crowdfunding, you'll find a lot of really worthwhile efforts that are going on. Worthwhile efforts that you can take part in. You can also take part by becoming part of the Clean Tech Open. We're an 8-month-long program that helps people understand how to present their company as a business. And it helps to make them attractive to investors, or able to tell their story effectively to a crowdfunding audience. For the program, what we need is volunteers who mentor. We have different kinds of mentors. There are generalist mentors who spend the whole 8 months, 2 to 4 hours a week working with their teams. There are specialist mentors who are available to answer questions on the spur of the moment. Someone might say, you know, I need a little help with my financial predictions and everything. And we can come right away with someone who can help them with that. Then some of the specialists are technical experts. So if you're talking about something like converting carpets to fuel, there are people who know how to do that, who already do things like that. And they can answer your questions if you're just starting along that path. There are opportunities for volunteers who don't have to be experts. They just have to be personable. They have to be willing to get out there to help the teams when the teams have a question and help them go through the system and understand how the whole program works. Then there are people who can sponsor an event. They might just have it at their own company and say, we'll put out some food, you can come in, we'll have some speakers, and we'll bring attention to the whole project and maybe make some connections with people who have solutions and don't know what to do with them. So check out the Clean Tech Open. It's on the web, and you'll see the most amazing things you've ever seen.